Welcome to another episode of Mr. Mustache Craps. Today we're going to continue exploring and comparing the different dice sets. We already did the 2V and the 3V dice sets to see which numbers are supposed to come up most often with those. And today we're going to do the Hardways set and see how that works out. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully we'll have some really interesting positive results. So I'm using a Hardways set with a 4 on top, and that's a 5. Well, we're not going to keep track of points. We're just going to count out 20 rolls, and then I will compare those 20 rolls using my special grip that I like to use. So this is also an internal test. I'll be comparing that against the standard underhand toss grip. There we got a Hardway 4. All right. You see, I like to throw to that one spot. It's a small spot, so whenever I practice, I aim for the same area. So my other video, improving your throwing accuracy, is beneficial to help you achieve that. And also practicing how hard you throw. And of course, you want the dice to land flat to absorb the impact and dissipate the energy. And then that way it has a minimal bounce against the wall, so you qualify, or your throw qualifies. Hard 8. So far we're 50%. But again, practice, practice, practice. That's what it's all about. And that way when you get into the casino and you're playing on a live table, you'll have a lot more confidence. That one was up high, it hit the alligator skin, and you can see the results. But for the practice, that doesn't matter. And it would probably also help if I didn't talk quite as much when throwing so I can concentrate more, but I don't mind talking with you as I do this. Another 7. That one was a little bit weak. I need to use a bit more force. 5. Being able to analyze your toss and recognize, okay, where did it land? How did it bounce? Did I use too much force? Did I not use enough force? That will improve your game also. 7. Now, I would not be doing very good on a real table with this as far as for betting. So I'm going to change it so the 5s are on top. Let's just see if that makes any difference. Well, that was just not a good throw, but it came up as a hard 6. A lot of the time, the problem is, well, depending how the numbers come up, is the dice going off axes. So when I hit those 7s, they were not like a 6-1 combination. They were a 3-4 combination. And both of those are face numbers. And so it's a matter of, did I single pitch, double pitch the dice? Another 5. And I use Dice Tracker Pro to track all that. And it's really getting into the nuances of your throw, but it's a critical part that you will grow into with your game if you play it enough. So self-analysis is pretty integral. And right now I'm using my standard grip, which is strange for most people. But I have had very good success. Several of the videos I have on my YouTube channel here have the show 24 counts, one even 48 count roll. And when you hit those in a casino, you are a hero for the day. Not only to yourself, but to everybody else playing at the table, because you can make lots of money. Now, I'm a big advocate for just playing for the fun of it, but obviously gambling is a reality of the game and a big part of it. Otherwise, why go to the casino at all? You would just go and play at home or play on your phone. There's another 7. So I was doing good with the Hardways, unless if I forgot to mark one of them. I can review the video and see if I did. Another 7. So I'm curious how the traditional underhand throw will be. I only have a few more throws with this model. And who knows, maybe I'll find that I need to go back to a traditional throw instead of my special custom throw. Geez, another 7. And now what's up with all these today? And both those dice came off axis because it's a 617. Another 5. Hard 8. And one more throw will bring our count up to 20. And then I'll switch to the underhand classic toss. Hard 6. Okay, so out of the 20 I threw, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We got our, let me see. So far, this shows that I had 4 Hardways. Again, I'll review the video, make sure I didn't miss one. So that would be a 20% count for throwing Hardways using the Hardways dice set. And I'm going to compare it with the other video I previously did on August 20th. Of course, that only has an 18 count, but that's okay because the statistics will probably work just the same. Okay, now using the same Hardways dice set, I'm going to switch to a classic underhand throw. That would be a regular 6, easy 6, I keep wanting to set it up for my regular throw. It's such a habit. There's a 617. Both dice went off axis. I'm going to try and aim a little more towards the center of the table. See if that doesn't affect things. Five, 3, 8. And when I do aim towards the center, excuse me, I changed the angle slightly to match from my position where I'm standing. Reason being is if I'm throwing straight down the runway and it lands on this side and the dice are nice and parallel to the back wall, if I'm throwing more towards the center, I'm going to need to have the dice very slightly angled towards the center, and that way when they hit the alligator skin, they'll have less of a randomized impact. So that was a 6-4-10. Part 8. Another 7. Card 6. Easy 10. Now, to prove or disprove a theory about what numbers must predominantly come up with any dice set, obviously it takes tens of thousands of rolls to even start to get some sort of a determination. And that'd probably need to be done with some sort of robotic arm that can throw with the exact same force, holding the exact same way, just so that way it's completely reproducible. 6-1-7. And you see how that one die went way off kilter and rolled over? That was just a bad bounce that it had. Hence why practice is so critical. 6-1-7. At least it was a controlled throw and landing. And I'm about halfway done with these throws. Another 7. Again, you see how they both kicked. This would be a horrific throw on a live table, to say the least. There's an 8, easy 8. Certainly appreciate everybody that logs in to watch. All the viewers and subscribers. Appreciate all the likes that you give. It certainly encourages me. Another 7. Good grief. Well, the Hardways dice set certainly isn't being my friend today, because with both styles of throwing, I have not done very good, except for getting 7s. So this would be a don't players day for the table. And even though I know there's all this, ooh, you're betting against me sort of thing, playing the dark side doesn't always mean a bad thing. I mean, really, at the end of the day, when you're looking at it, you're out there to make money and to win. I mean, sure, it's nice to make friends. Easy 4. It's nice to make friends, and but out at the table, it's still kind of cutthroat. And anybody that is a friend or claims to be a friend would understand if you switched to the dark side. Yeah, this is an amazing dark side round of throwing. If I ever decide I want to play the dark side, I'll use this grip and this dice set because I would make a lot of money off of that. Oh my goodness. This is horrific. But like I said, we're not keeping score as far as what comes up other than the percentage of hardways that come up. And now you can also see why I developed my own grip. Because I do throw, normally I throw a lot better using my special toss and grip. Only a couple more throws. If nothing else, this would be a good warm-up session if I was getting ready to go to a casino. Get my arm in good shape, limbered up, get my touch down for distance and force, and a 3. Okay, so out of the 20 throws, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just want to make sure I didn't lose a chip somewhere. We had 2 hardways, which again, I'll review the video. We had 2 hardways, so that'd be basically a tenth of our throws actually came up hardways with me using this toss and this grip. So I'll be back shortly with a comparison from the August 20th video, and we'll tally up our results. So as you can see, using my grip and toss, I had a 20% hardways hit rate. And then with a standard toss, I had a 10% hit rate for the hardways. And using the practice video from August 20th, I had a 28% hardways hit rate. So I'm using this last video or this last one as a standard to compare by. So anyways, I thank you very much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day and be safe.